are, what they're. I mean, there are so many different factors that it's impossible to just give a blanket statement and say. I mean, literally every single one. I could point to every single artist on the label. Literally every single one was completely different. There was always some huge differentiating factor that had to be taken into account. So, and besides, all that stuff is confidential anyways. It's just we don't air any of our laundry.
Right. No, I hear you. Because I basically I ran my own label for a long time, and I'm thinking about actually kicking it back up, but I've always released my own stuff on it. And, I tried to deal with signing other bands and stuff, and there was bands that I passed on that went on and got signed and sold a shitload of records, but that wasn't really why I was doing it. So I really didn't have that whole part of it like mapped out, like, oh, I'm going to sign this band and I'm going to pay to do 5,000 CDs and shit like that. So that's really the complicated part. So
yeah, I mean, obviously, if money is being spent and it needs to be recouped,
right,
it can be done fair. It can be done fairly. I mean, it doesn't. That's what drives me nuts about big labels that just involved in greed. They spend so much money needlessly. It just seems like they just throw money at every crazy thing that costs like $10,000, $20,000, $6,000, and the artist gets billed for all of it. And that's not fair, because if the artist isn't having a say in how that money is being spent, then how can we turn around and bill them?
Right.
That's what's different. We work with our artists on specific. They know everything that's going on when we're doing a PR campaign. I mean, everything's totally transparent. They know what the strategy is because we sit down with them and come up with it together. And they're an active participant. We don't chase bands. When it comes down to doing the PR, we expect them to carry their weight to help promote, because we're booking interviews for them and we're doing all this stuff. And I mean, we've had a couple of people in the past that have dropped the ball repeatedly when I had interviews booked for them and stuff. And I can tell you that their life on the label does not last very long.
Right. No, I hear you. But it's, it's definitely a difficult business. And we're not in the day and age where Atlantic Records is throwing $1 million out there because they know they're going to, eventually get it back from you. Whether it's lawsuit or you go bankrupt or whatever it is. But that's what happened to a lot of musicians. And that's why the music industry can't get their shit together, is because of all of that wasted money back in the fucking 80s and the 90s and, during the new metal era. I mean, they were just throwing money at these bands, and these bands are just, whatever, taking it, and, you owe a record label $4 million now.
Yeah.
Because they paid $75,000 a day to have you record with a specific producer, and you didn't sell shit, or your album got shelved. But,
it's absolutely ludicrous. The most asinine way of doing business. It's ridiculous. No other businesses operate like that. I mean, it's crazy. It makes no sense whatsoever in terms of business plan. So, I don't know why people keep falling into those same things.
Right. Yeah, you got to be really, selective. I mean, I put my albums out to thousands of record labels, and some of the offers that came back were totally ridiculous. I'm not going to give up the rights for everything. I'm not going to give up the rights to the name. So when I want to go out and branch off, if I don't, like the deal, I can't do anything. I got stuck in one of those deals with a promoter where when I moved away, if I did any shows under a specific name, he still got 10% of my money. So it was like I'm locked into all the, everybody in the music industry somewhere along the way wants to screw the band over. It's just, that's the shitty part about it.
Yeah, and that's where we try to be, we try to be that advocate to, help them at least go into their eyes open.
Right, exactly. But
cool, man.
Yeah, but I appreciate you calling in, and anytime you guys want to call in or you got something to promote or just to check in, feel free to just hit me up. I'll get with you after the show about maybe getting those other guys on that I had to cancel on.
Absolutely, that would be great. Thank you. Yeah,
yeah, that was a bitch.
If I could just plug my stuff here real quick, if people are interested in Blunt Face Records, they can go to bluntfacerecords.com. I mean, everything's up there, so you can find all the other bands, all the links to our various social media, bluntfacerecords.com. And for Skin Drone, people are interested in buying education. It's only $7, and you can get it from our Bandcamp page. So skindrone.bandcamp.com.
Cool. So bluntfacerecords.com and Skin Drone. What was the rest?
Skindrone.bandcamp.
Bandcamp. Gotcha. So, yeah, cool. I appreciate you calling in. So, yeah, once I get done with the show, I'll hit you up about booking a date with those. I got a bunch of dates open for the rest of the year, so I'd be more than happy to have them on. Thanks. I mean, you're a great interview. Talked about a lot of cool stuff, so I appreciate you calling in. And like I said, anytime you want to do it again, just give me a call, and we'll set it up.
I will, brother.
All right, I'm going to play some.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'll talk to you later. And here's Scarlet Road by Skin Drone. Jay Stone, rockmetaltalk.com.
Nothing yet, sir. How about you? Not a thing, sir. What about you guys? We ain't found shit.
It's time to get your cold car. This is bar right here, Ross. It's time to do a shot with your family. Yeah, get your cold car. This bar right here, Ross. It's time to do a shot with your family.
It's time to do a shot with your family. Cold cock whiskey, yeah. A lot of the bands that come on the show drink cold cock. Because they ain't got warm cocks. Whatever the hell that means. But yeah, that was OTTO from Skin Drone. That was a cool interview. Sorry, he was breaking up a little bit there. But, you know, he had a good enough connection where I can understand him. So hopefully, you know, most of it was clear to you guys. But great guy, great interview. You know, you got to ask the questions that they sometimes don't want to answer. So, you know how it goes. You know, it's good to have someone, you know, where they can get your bands and, you know, make it accessible for things to do on the show. And, you know, it's always fun to get to talk to people and, you know, talk about things that, you know, they don't normally talk to about on these shows. You know, they stick to a lot of topics on the album, or they only get 5 or 6 minutes. That's not how we roll here. We let the artist, you know, get the shit out there and, you know, talk about stuff. We got the On Vinyl segment with Katsunyama coming up. He's going to talk a little bit of his, you know, politics about why the album, you know, is mixed up with politics and stuff like that. So I don't do those politic things, but, you know, he's got his creative freedom to do what he wants on his segment, and that's how we roll. So he gets to do what he wants there. I mean, the things I feel I don't want to say because other people out there that listen may not agree, and I'm not going to lose, you know, someone over something, over a political issue or something like that. So I do what makes common sense. I mean, some of you can figure it out. I got my new fucking haircut today. It's all weird and shit. But yeah, the segment's great. He's going to review Operation Mindcrime from Queensryche, one of my favorite albums growing up. You know, Jeff Tate has got an amazing voice. It was a great, influential album. They have, you know, new members now, equally as talented. But there's nothing like the fucking Empire and Operation Mindcrime. If Jeff Tate didn't lay this foundation down, they wouldn't be where they were today, because, you know, he may not have written all of those songs, you know, exclusively without them, but that